really encourage you to go to this event. It's going to be amazing. It's coming up soon. I'm going to put a link in the description so you get all the details. But in section 2, this is where we start our story brand. This is where we talk about the hero. And remember, you are not the hero, okay? You are the guru to your client who is the hero. And the way he describes this is he goes into the movies and he goes into these open and stop and close gaps. And I'm going to go into that in a minute. But the deal is he talks a little bit about the Bourne identity, right? So it starts out, Jason Bourne doesn't know who he is. He meets a girl, right? They're going to figure out, and then they go to another country, and then everything starts going wacky. Then they find some solutions, and then it all falls apart again. So the way that that story goes and the way you want your story to go in your company is you want to have, like, it opens up, and then it opens up a gap, and then it fills the gap, and then it closes the gap to open another gap. Now, before I go into that, you have to have a message. So a lot of you right now, you have a mess and not a message. Like, my mess is, I don't sell hope, I fulfill it. Now, a lot of people love that. I don't sell hope, I fulfill it. And the reason I have that is I was getting so mad at all these people out there going, hey, you want to drive this big fancy car? Hey, you want to have this, you know, this and that. And you hope that you can get what I have acquired in my lifetime, my, you know, 8-bedroom house and my hot wife and my Ferrari and my jet and all that stuff. And people flock towards that, right? But as you get a little older, you're realizing true success isn't so much about the things that you acquire, right? It's not about the riches, it's about the happiness and the joy that you can bring to others. And so what I found is people were selling a lot of hope, right? So my message was, I don't sell hope, I fulfill it. Well, that's a mess. As great as that sounds, it's horrible. You know what I do? I help you close the 80% of monthly leads that you lose every month, right? That's it. I help you follow up on 80% of the leads that you lose every month, right? And close them. And that's really it. That's what I do. I help you with follow-up, okay? UltimatePhoneFollowUp.com, whatever. There's a bunch of stuff on there, but that's not what this is about. So when you're building your story brand, he has in here a few people that had a mess of a message, and then they made it a little better, right? So for like financial advisors, a plan for your retirement, right? And then there's other things. So he was talking about a resort in there, and a resort that had all these pictures of their website of like buildings and of, you know, golf courses and all this. But what in reality, you don't want to go to a resort to be in a building or to go golfing. You want to relax, right? So it was more of a relaxing type message that they had there. Because I don't know about you, when you go on vacation, you don't want to work. You hear about these guys that sell hope all the time. Hey, you can work from anywhere. Look, I'm on vacation. I got my laptop. What are you doing with a laptop on vacation? You should be relaxing. That's what, you know, I don't know what vacation, where it comes from, right? The root word, but it's definitely not laptop, right? Okay. So anyhow, there's some other things they talk about is the open and the close gap, right? So you want to open a store, you want to open a gap and then close it and then open it. So back to the Jason Bourne and the girl, right? So Jason Bourne doesn't know who he is. He meets a girl. They're going to figure it out. They go to another country. All this stuff happens, right? So they open up the story and then they close the story. Now, the way that works for me is that you want to close more deals, right? So your problem is you need to close deals faster, let's say, okay? So then what we say is we say, okay, we'll get this script, and with this script, you're going to be able to close deals, right? So we just close that issue that you have. How do I close a deal? Well, you use the script. Well, we created another problem with the solution. Because you get all of these scripts, now your problem is, which script do I use, right? So now you have this path to go down, and we can follow you through that path and do follow-up until you find out and have that aha moment of who we are, right? So one of the things that he talks about, and it's Donald Miller, again, with Digital Marketer. He's speaking soon. You got to go to this. It's going to be amazing. But here's the deal. One of the things he talks about is the open gap and the close gap. And one of the things he says, which I think is just genius, is the song Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, right? Wait, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, it's the same melody, right? Written by what? Mozart when he was 12 years old. But the deal, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, he says, try singing that song without singing the final word, right? And it'll just bug you to no end. You're going to be like, How I wonder what you sing, what you paint, right? We need that closure. We need that closure in our story, right? And right now we're just talking about the hero and how to make the person the hero and how to get your mess to become a message. So remember, my mess was, I don't sell hope, I fulfill it, which is great. But my message is, I help you follow up with 80% of your lost leads every month, okay? Because every month, if you generate 100 leads a month, I guarantee 20% of them are hot, 20% are hot, 20% are not, and 60% are on the fence. So wouldn't it be nice to follow up with those 80% of leads and close more of those the next month, rather than going in the circle of just chasing the 20% every month? You know what I'm saying? You got to follow up. You're going to make more money in less time with less effort with this process, okay? Now, he talks about some other things, and I have notes down here, so I'm looking down. And that's like you're going to do a few things in your business. You're either going to help people conserve something, right? Conserve money or conserve time, or you're going to help them build community, help them with their status, their resources, and their meaning. So my whole thing is I'm purpose driven. So for me, it's really not about money. It's about purpose. I want to go in and I want to help this business, and my purpose is to help you grow your business. That's everybody's purpose, right? So we can set all that aside. Enough about me, but I'm more purpose driven than money driven. And with the community, you know, he talks about maybe your business, you help people, maybe you help people connect with each other, maybe you have events, or maybe you have a tribe of people, a following of people, and they engage with each other, right? And then the one thing I really like is about the conserving, right? Like help people conserve time and money. But here's the thing, they have to quote unquote waste money and time on you in order to conserve time and money. Okay, I'm going to say that again. They have to quote unquote waste or invest money on you. They have to waste time and money on you to conserve the money and time. So you might help them make more money, or you might help them save time in their business. I'll give you an example is I just go off the rails many times. And one of the things I do is I go on YouTube, I watch cat videos. Well, I bought a software, and the software says, this hour you're going to do all this. And it literally counts down the hour, and it dings. And I have to get all that stuff done in an hour. I had to spend money on that. Then I had to figure out how to work it in order for me to make more money and save time. Okay, does that make sense? And then the last thing I want to just say on this journey, and what Donald says, and this is section 2, it's chapter 4. But the last thing he says is just imagine in your head that you pick up a hitchhiker, right? Now, when you pick up a hitchhiker, all the hitchhiker wants to know is one thing, right? Where are you going? But if you pull over and you start talking about what kind of radio you have, or you start talking about the car that was built in 1912 with the crank on it, and your dad changed a flat tire during the Great Depression, they don't care. All they want to know is, where are you going? If you're going their way, right, then they're on board. But then you got to charm them from there on out, and that's the rest of the journey. So we're going to go over that later on in the rest of the videos, which I'm going to be uploading more and more. So I look forward to talking to you in the next message. Again, Donald Miller, Building a Story Brand. Get this on Amazon. He's going to be talking with Digital Marketer coming up. I'm totally excited about that. I'm going to put a link in the bottom so you can figure out how to find it, how to connect, and how to get on board there to make more money in less time with less effort. Again, this is Sean signing off. Thanks for listening.